Okay, YouTubers, I got a float here. It's a Briggs & Stratton float. It does have a mechanical dent in it, but I don't think that's where the liquid leak is. But I can hear it. There's liquid in it. So the way I'm going to find it is take my air hose down near the bottom of the float. I'm going to spray air close to it, and I'm going to concentrate on that dent. They usually leak wherever there's a dent. That ain't the case on this one. So if you put air into it, and then when you back off, if water comes out, you know that's your dent. Now, I can tell it, I know where it is now. All right. It's not the little final fill hole that they solder them when they build them. There we go. See that coming out? See that fog? I think I attempted to fix this once before and got impatient because I can tell it's opened up. Yeah, you can see it now that the crud's blown off. I probably messed with it once. My patience ain't right, or if I don't feel good, repairs don't turn out as good. That's pretty simple. Here's some water-soluble paste. I like that better than any of them. Put it on where the flaw is. The flaw is just uphill from that soldered spot. That's the original soldered spot. Now, always when it cools inward, it leaves a little dot in the center. That's not what it looks like. It looks like a leak, but it's just where it contracted. I've got a wet rag there. Got my dad's old soldering iron, one of the few tools he bought new because he had to have it to plumb the house. And it's been around all these years, and we moved in Mom's house in the summer of '67. So if he needed it, he got it, but he didn't have very many good tools. Now what I'm going to do is get the solder on the spot, and I know it's not going to close it up. I don't expect it to close it up. I expect it to close it up and then push it off from the internal pressure it's making. I'll do this just like... Come on, Bessie. Get back on there. Even though the vise works kind of like a heat sink, this is such a small repair and such a good old soldering iron, I don't think we'll have no trouble. I don't know what this solder is. God only knows. Now, if I take this rag and get all of the float in a way that's not going to burn my fingers, get out here on the outer edge. Come on, Bessie. There we go. That's not going to burn my fingers. That part of the rag right there is still wet. So I'm going to get my solder down over the hole, which it'll make heat and it'll try to push it off. But the second, well, I need to get this part of the rag back. The second it goes to cool or gets warm enough to where it's the next step is cooling, I'm going to set it on that rag right there. No, it's too late. And put just a spot more on it. I don't like to, you don't want to get them too heavy. I don't think that's even a problem in this case. This is a tiny amount of solder. It's just like a second closing hole. Worst case is getting a little paste inside, but that doesn't matter, really. What's it going to hurt? Like I said, some old electrical solder, God knows what. All right, now my wet part of my rag is right there. So I tip this kind of up, let gravity work for me. Oh yeah, I can see it bubbling, spitting it off. Get it down to where the solder is right over the flaw. When it pushes it off, touch it on the rag. looks pretty good, but I'm going to try it again. Sometimes I don't leave well enough alone when I should. Round 3. We got plenty. We ain't gonna start to make a joke there. We ain't gonna sweat it. We are gonna sweat it. I won't undo any of the original solder, but I want to get some of my solder on. Yeah, I can hear it going poop, 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 poop. So it's actually spitting a little bit of solder off along the way. Now, get it back in the good grab. Heat that spot. Turn to a different flat. We'll go to that one there. It's still good and clean. As soon as it flattens out and pushes it off, touch it on the cold. I believe that's going to do it. Oh yeah. Let me get my scraper here. Trojan pocket knife has to do with Trojan seeds. The first spot that was fixed was right there. Not where that dimple is, it was right about there. The spot I just fixed is right about there. And I know it's still got pressure because this little raised up, dimpled up area, I can mash in on it and feel it pushing back out. All right, and we touch it on the wire buffer just for a second. And if I needed that, I'd put it right on in and go right on and use it. But I don't. It's just something I dug out to do a demonstration on. But the solder actually even wrapped around the corner some, so it's not just laying right on the edge. It's cooked in and around the corner, and I didn't get any inside. Where'd my knife go? Oh, shoot. There it is. So that's a good repair, but what I would do is put this in a teacup, set a socket on top of it, and pour about 1 inch of gas in that teacup, and leave it outside for a day so it'd get hot and cold. And then after a day or so, I'd shake it, and if I didn't hear no gas in it, put her on in and forget it. If that held back in the 40s when they first put this float in a Briggs & Stratton, I'd say that's going to hold at least 30 years, if there's even still gasoline 30 years from now. All right, just thought I'd show you that. John Wade on YouTube. Thanks for watching, folks. I'm having a ball.